about the difference between being a mystic or a spiritual scientist. And we'll go to a little more information on what those mean and which one are you and which one you should be and how to make it all work. So before we start, let's ask for divine blessing, shall we? To the divine supreme God, divine Father, divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my beloved teacher, Grandmaster Tuakok Sui, to his teacher, Maha Guruji Mailing, also known as Guru Padmasambhava, to the Lord Christ, to Buddha Kuan Yin, Buddha Sakyamuni, and all the great spiritual teachers, we thank you for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, help, healing, and divine protection. Thank you for blessing us with a loving heart, an intelligent mind, and a powerful will, that we may be of service to others. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, so thank you very much for joining me. I know a lot of you are probably having dinner, busy, going to bed, and if you're on the other side of the world, if you're in India, you're just getting up and getting started with your day. So what we try to do with these is to just kind of take advantage of this opportunity to channel all this spiritual energy, to purify ourselves, to bless our projects, bless our friends, our loved ones, and to be an instrument to bless the world. Now, for the ones who are joining us, I know a lot of you are new and you said, what the heck is this full moon thingy? All right? I mean, we're not vampires or werewolves. What the heck is this full moon? So the easiest way to understand it is something like this. When you pour fertilizer in the ground, everything grows, right? Flowers, fruits, and weeds. So during the full moon, there's massive amount of spiritual energy pouring down to the earth. So whatever people have, those get magnified. The way my teacher explained it is, if you have three people, one with a cup, one with a bucket, and one with a big drum, and they all go to the lake and fill up their containers to the brim, they bring it over. Who has the most amount of water if they fill up the containers? Obviously, the guy with a big drum. Next is the bucket. Next is the little guy with a cup. So in other words, whatever the size of your container is, when that energy pours in, those get fuller. Well, guess what? Especially at this time, a lot of people are worried about their health, pandemic, politics, fires in Northern California, uncertainty. So most likely, most people, their solar plexus chakra is like huge, bigger than their house. That's why they're always like that, right? So guess what? During the full moon, when that energy pours in, whatever is big gets bigger, right? So that's why a Tibetan teacher, his name is Holy Master Dwalku, said the full moon could be a time of opportunity or a time of crisis. Well, guess what? For the people who are not on the spiritual path, it's a time of crisis every single darn month, right? Every time. Here comes the full moon. In fact, we have students who work in the prisons, and I remember this student of ours, he said, even the inmate says, is it full moon, man? I feel homicidal, right? We have a student who works in the ER, and she said, at that time, especially the ones with psychological imbalances, they just get stirred up and become uncontrollable. So you see, when all that energy goes in, whatever we have gets magnified. So that's a time of crisis for ordinary people who are not serious about the spiritual path or don't have that knowledge. For those of us who've been blessed enough to know these deeper teachings, we go, it's a time of opportunity. Since it's not a faucet, it's a waterfall, we can use that energy to flush out stuff that are normally difficult to release, right? And after that, we can take that energy and magnify what we want. Love, joy, peace, divine understanding. Make sense? You just pour it into the place you want to magnify. Then, after that, we use that energy to bless Mother Earth. It's just like the more of us that meditate, the bigger the pipeline, and we can aim that hose to bless our families, our friends, the society, people who are sick, bless the world. Yeah? And then afterwards, we have you all write down your projects, what you want to manifest in your life, and we use the same powerful energy and just pour light into it, pour energy into it, so that it has more energy, it reaches a critical energy level that it has a tendency to materialize in our lives. So now you know why you're here, right? Now, in addition to that, I remember my teacher used to say, don't just do a meditation, use that opportunity to spiritually feed people with deeper spiritual teachings. And so every month, not only do we do our meditations together, we also use this opportunity to take certain topics that are relevant and use it to further our spiritual growth. So this month, one of the things that came to me was, what's the difference between being a mystic and a spiritual scientist? And I remember when he put that invitation out, people were saying, oh, I'm a mystic, man. Oh, I'm a scientist. There's already a polarity going on. And it's just funny when you look at it. People are, yeah, I'm the mystical part. Oh, I'm the study part. And I'm thinking, that's nice. Once we're done, you realize that you might be one, you think, but actually you need the other, and vice versa. So let's break it down. The easiest way to understand is like this. The mystic is connected to the heart chakra and the forehead. Okay? The spiritual scientist is connected to the ajna and the throat. So let's break it down. For the ones who don't understand what we're talking about, the heart chakra and the forehead chakra are your chakras of receiving energy, chakras of awareness. So when your heart is very, very activated, when you love someone, they say your heart is very activated, right? Okay. So if you're a parent, you look at your kid, you love your child very much, and you said, are you okay? Your child says, I'm okay, Mom. You go, no, you're not. How do you know? I'm your mom. So how did you do that? Because you can feel. In other words, whatever little undulations in their energy, you can sense it because you love them. Now, you notice when you don't care about someone, they could be crying, screaming, yelling, go, oh, you're hurting, huh? You notice that? Because you don't care. So the chakra is the chakra of feeling and awareness. Awareness is receiving data. Now, a higher aspect of that is the forehead chakra. Now, I know a lot of you who are new only study the 7 chakras. It's time that you learn more. The 7 chakras is good when you're new. It's like you're starting out on your spiritual path, you're learning about your energy centers. But once you study more, you realize you have at least 11 major energy centers, okay? Now, your forehead chakra here is the real third eye. Not here in between. Most people think it's this guy. It's because they only know 7. The real third eye is the forehead chakra. Now, this forehead chakra is connected to the ability to sense energy with images or pictures. That's why you call it clairvoyance, right? That's why some of you, when you're meditating, you start doing this. And then you start doing this. Yeah? Not because you have a bad chair. What it is the reason you're doing this is because your crown is the main opening for that pouring of divine light. And so when that happens, if you really let go, your body has a tendency to rotate. And if you took one of our classes called Spiritual Essence of Men, the Chakras and the Inverted Tree of Life, we know the crown chakra spins in both directions. 1, to bring the spiritual energy down, and 2, to upload your experiences to your higher soul. Okay, I know some of you go, what the heck? Anyway, in time. So that's why your body spins. Now, the reason your forehead, you start looking up and you start doing this is because your forehead center starts opening, and that's why a lot of people see visions. You don't see people having visions like this, right? No, they have visions like this. Yeah. Oh. Notice that? That's why you look at pictures of mystics, like they're in love with God. Oh, they're in so much bliss. It's this guy and this guy. Okay? That's the mystic side. Awareness, receiving information, love, bliss, feeling. Now, on the other side, you have the spiritual scientist. The Nikola Tesla of energy. Right? So the Ajna chakra, Ajna in the Tree of Life is called Bina, understanding. This has to do with synthesizing information, the intellect. This guy here, the throat chakra, has to do with details. That's why this is called the abstract mind. This is called the concrete mind. So some people, they're good at seeing the big picture, seeing the big strategy. Some people are good at the intricate details. You notice that? So these are the thinking chakras. This is also your will center. So this is dynamic intelligence or active intelligence. Not only do you understand things, you have a tendency to move forward towards it. So the spiritual scientists go like this. What are the different planes of existence? You have the physical world, the astral world, the mental world. Interesting. What are these worlds made of? Who are the inhabitants? How can I communicate with them? What can I get out of them? And how can I experience it in a deeper level so I can know the secrets of the energy world? Right? So you have 2 sides of it. One is a spiritual scientist. The other one is the mystic. Now, it's interesting that the spiritual scientist is interested in esoteric teachings. That's why different teachings you have, for example, Christianity. The Lord Jesus taught the mysteries to the kingdom of heaven to his apostles, or the inside disciples. The outside, he says, I give them parables. Inner teachings, outer teachings. The Lord Buddha, he also taught inner teachings, outer teachings. You have Theravadan Buddhism. You have Hinayana Buddhism. That's the outer teachings. Then you have the high teachings, or the inside teachings. They call it Mahayana. Maha means great, the greater vehicle, the deeper teachings. Of course, if we go a little higher, they have Vajrayana Buddhism, which is even deeper esoteric teachings. In ancient Egypt, you have greater mystery schools, and you have lesser mystery schools. So the lesser mystery schools have to do with outer teachings. The inner teachings are called the greater mystery schools. Make sense? Now, these inner teachings, they call it esoteric studies. The word esoteric means inside. Another term for that is secret. Another term for that, okay, you guys relax, don't jump, they call it occult. Occult simply means secret. So, oftentimes the society goes, oh, he's into the occult. When you keep a secret, it's called occult. Don't get fixated on the word. Oftentimes people get triggered by words without understanding it in context, right? You already know this. For example, the different holy books. When the prophets or whoever wrote them, they didn't say, by the way, I'm going to write this book and this chapter and this verse. No, they were guided, they wrote. It's just later on put what? Book, chapter, and verse. So in order to understand deeper teachings, you have to understand the context. So the word occult doesn't mean belongs to the dark side. It just simply means the deeper secret. So some people, they use the term mystic and occultist. Okay? I didn't use that word in the invitation because people will freak out. I just call it spiritual scientist. But it means the same darn thing. Okay? Don't get fixated on the word. Listen to the context. So here's what happens. The spiritual scientist, the occultist, the esoteric practitioner, that person has a tendency to use the mental faculty more. And as we mentioned before, the mental faculty involves these two chakras. It also involves the will. So that person has the ability or have the tendency to want to use their mind and their will to penetrate these teachings. So that's why they think, what is the meaning of life? When I do my meditation, why is it that I'm spinning? Why is it that I see this? Or when we do meditation, this happened to me. Meditation twin hearts, right? Bless the earth. Imagine a point of light on top of your crown. So I remember meditating. And here comes the spiritual scientist, the engineer. A point of light on top of my head. How big is it? How bright is it? Am I looking from the bottom? I'm looking from the top, from the side. What color is it? When he said point of light, is it a little point or it's glowing? And then during the meditation, while I'm going through all this stuff and trying to analyze it, I remember my teacher says, come back to your body. I'm going, I never left. Well, he asked for a volunteer to give feedback. A lot of people say, oh, I feel so much bliss. I feel so much love. I feel like I'm coming home. I'm going, what's wrong with them? And then later on I go, what's wrong with me? Get the idea? So the person who is more like the spiritual scientist, they use these chakras, they try to break things down, analyze it, and these things try to synthesize. So you understand the deeper secrets of spirituality. Got it? However, the downside of that is when people ask you, what did you experience? You go, it was nice. It was quiet. Anything else? No, I just noticed my mind wasn't thinking of anything. It's like, and then on the other side, the person who's mystical go, that's it? Man, I feel so much love. I feel like I love everyone. I want to kiss everybody. And you go, you weirdo. Right? And then when you're sitting there going, but actually, when I did my meditation, I saw this, I felt this, and it was just like the energy was moving a certain way, and the mystic will go, you weirdo. Get the idea? Because you're looking at it from two perspectives. So the mystic, on the other hand, is something like this. The good side is, when the energy comes in, you immediately experience the bliss, the love, the oneness, all the great stuff you experience, right? And then when you're doing, I saw these pictures. I was in paradise. I was flowing. I saw these angelic beings. I saw the face of God. I touched it. And you can just, and then you're crying with so much bliss and love, right? Okay. So that's great and wonderful. Now, each have good sides and not so good sides. The downside of being too mystical is like this. Twofold. Number one, if there's more energy than you're used to, and I've seen this happen in class, we're just doing not even super intense meditation. The energy comes to go, too much energy. So in other words, they don't really get too far in their meditation or spiritual practice with a little bit of energy to get overwhelmed. Now, the other guy, who's a spiritual scientist, doesn't get overwhelmed. They could have a sledgehammer of energy pouring into them. They go, I feel a pressure. The other person's like, That's why some of you who are giving feedback, the attention was too intense, it was overwhelming. You're the mystical side. Now, the other downside of being too mystical, you notice I use the word too, it's like this. When you're too mystical, you have all these experiences, but without the analytical and the synthesizing side of you, you have a good experience, but you have no clue what they mean. It's like, yeah, I saw this, I saw that, and then afterwards you go, I saw this, I saw that, I experienced that, and it was nice. Get the idea? There's no way for you to translate it in an everyday language so you can apply it into your life. It's just like if some of you have heard of speaking in tongues. I remember St. Paul said, if someone is speaking in tongues in church, it's of no use to the church or the family of God, I forgot what term it was, if no one is there to interpret. So, listen and listen carefully. Some of you might be more mystical, some of you might be more the esoteric practitioner, or the occultist, or the spiritual scientist. The secret is not being one or the other. In higher spiritual teachings, you will learn that there has to be a balance between awareness and concentration. And some of you who took the Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul, we talked about that. One is called dhyana, or meditation, or prolonged awareness. The other one is called dharana, or prolonged concentration. The secret is balancing these two and having the right syntax of which one to use. For example, when you're doing meditation, it's like climbing a spiritual mountain, okay? In other words, if the experience, the blast of light, is halfway to the mountain, the first part in climbing that mountain, you need to use will. You need to understand, okay, the strategy is this is how many feet up, okay, it's a slope at this angle, so therefore I have to use this to get up there. You cannot use the mystic side, because if you use the mystic side, it goes, I don't feel like it. Make sense? Because you're too much of a feeling like, it's too much. The other guy is like, no, okay, this distance will take me this time. So you're the type of person who plan out your spiritual practice. Okay? Now, once you get there, you have to turn that off temporarily so that the mystical side or the awareness side would say, yeah, I got to this part and I can sense that it's a high vibration. There's more love. I can feel the oneness with this. I can feel this, feel that. I see colors. Make sense? So it's like one gets you there, the other one lets you experience it. But you cannot stay there unless you just happy and you're contented. You go, I want to reach a deeper spiritual experience. So that means you have to use this one again. You have to go, okay, let me practice this technique. Then I go to a higher vibration. It's just like you go from one vibration to the next. You need to use your strategy, your will to get there. Once you get there, that part is partially turned off and experience it. Okay, that's nice. Move on to the next one. The next one. That's how you climb the spiritual mountain. So you have to be first, have that realization of which way am I leaning more? Am I more of the this side, or am I going to that side? Get the idea? So some of you who are fixing, you're probably, I'm the mystic. Guess what? Whatever you are, you need the other side. The key is balance. That's why you have the yin-yang symbol in the Chinese tradition. Dark side, light side. Within the dark side, there is the seed of light. light side. Within the light side, there's a seed of dark. Now, don't look at it as good or bad. They're just basically polarities. Now, you'll notice the yin-yang symbol as there's a big, fat, white area or light area. As it's turning, it gets less and less and less. Simultaneously, guess what? The big, fat, white side and the small, dark side, they're kind of adjusting. So as one decreases, the other one increases. And that's why there's a balance. You need to know when to use your will and when to use your heart. And as you keep balancing this over and over again, over a period of time, you can experience. You want to be willful, you want to study, you can. You want to just be still and experience it, you can. The secret is balance. Now, here's the interesting part. It also depends on many factors. One of the factors is, okay, I know this is like opening up a big can of worms, but I think it's good to kind of trigger your curiosity. In higher spiritual practices and studies, there's the study of the 7 rays, R-A-Y-S. And these 7 rays essentially is something like this. It's I think one of the teachers call it the psychology of the soul. In other words, imagine God is 1 billion white light, and that white light, like going through a prism, it doesn't really go to a prism. It's just that what white light differentiates into 7 different frequencies. And some of you have said, oh, the rainbow. Nope. It's not connected to the rainbow. Some parts are similar, but it's not like the rainbow. Just imagine 1 billion light differentiating into 7 frequencies. And these 7 frequencies have different tendencies. Okay? So I'll just name this quickly. You can look it up in the internet. One of these days we'll study it further. The 7 rays works like this. The first ray is the ray of will and power. These are the souls where, when they want to get things done, they use the bulldozer technique. Like that. That's the first ray. The second ray is the ray of love and wisdom. These are the people who are very inclusive, very loving. They want to accomplish something, they do it with love. They love you to death, and you'll give it to them. Okay? The third ray is the ray of higher mental faculty. These are the people, okay, let's see, how much is it going to cost? What type is needed to get there? They're the thinking people, okay? So this first, second, third ray corresponds to power, love, and intelligence. So God the Father is power, God the love, God so loved the world, gave the only begotten Son, remember? John 3:16. And intelligence, the Holy Spirit. That's why during Pentecost, you remember, the apostles could now speak different languages, could perform miracles, and so on and so on. Remember that? So this triple energy is also seen in the Hindu tradition. A lot of you from India, God Shiva as the destroyer and the restorer. You need energy, like will, to destroy. Lord Vishnu is the preserver. To love is to preserve. When you love someone, you preserve by providing for them. Brahma is intelligence. And in the Egyptian tradition, you have Osiris, Isis, and Horus. So we're sharing this with you because this triple energy also works like this. A person who is more of an esoteric scientist has to do with their more first ray and third ray, so they're not going to be so sensitive. Now, a person who's very mystical, they're very second ray, they feel everything. So they're the type of person where if there's divine energy coming down, they'll experience it. The first and third ray go, I feel some pressure. Get the idea? So that's 1, 2, 3. Then you have fourth ray, which is balancing these 3. The fourth one is called harmonizing conflicting factors. So first ray is will and power. Second ray is what? Love and wisdom. Third ray is active intelligence or high mental. Fourth ray is harmonizing these conflicting factors. Fifth ray is lower mental. So third ray is seeing the big picture. Fifth ray is knowing the details. Sixth ray, number 6, is the ray of devotion. You notice there's some people, they're very, very devotional to a person, to a cause. So the sixth ray is just like love, second ray, with a focal point. So when a person is very devoted to Christ, to a saint, to Lord Buddha, to Mother Mary, to saving the whales, saving your ass. No, I'm kidding. Certain focus, they're very, very focused. That's the type of person who is very devotional, very sixth ray. And seventh ray is the ray of structure and order or organization. These are the type of people, their mind works like a factory. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Get the idea? They're very methodical. Now, I'm sharing this with you because souls that are more first ray will empower, third ray, active intelligence, fifth ray, concrete intelligence, and seventh ray, which is detail, order, like structure, they're more of the spiritual scientists. They study, they understand, they execute. All right? Second ray, love and wisdom, okay? The one called fourth ray, which is harmonizing conflicting factors. These are people like, you want something, okay, let's all get along. That requires the heart. And the sixth ray, obviously, is devotion. So second, love and wisdom. Fourth, which is harmony through conflict. And sixth, which is devotion. These are the people who are more mystical. They're more the super sensitive one, where the divine energy comes down, they sense it right away. And they're also the ones who have a tendency to have dreams that tell them, okay, an impending typhoon is coming, or something. They're that type who are very, very sensitive. Get the idea? I'm sharing this with you because it's not as clear-cut as, I'm mystical, I'm the more mental type. You might have that tendency, but as you spiritually develop, different parts of you are also developing. That's why, for example, in my case, I remember many years ago, I went to my teacher. I said, Master, I need help. I can get people to class, but they don't come back. And he starts scanning me. He goes, yeah, your Ajna chakra is big, your throat chakra is big, your heart is small. I go, what that mean? He said, you can get things done. You know how to do it, but they don't feel the love in your heart. They don't feel anything when you're around. You're like a talking computer. I go, huh? But isn't that what they're here for? They're here to learn. They're here to heal. That's it. What is this feeling stuff? I didn't tell him that. That's what's going through my head. He goes, no, you don't understand. The will divides, love attracts. So in your case, you need to activate your heart. You need to be more loving. I go, okay. It was a foreign matter to me. So when people meditate, they're going, oh yeah, so much love, so much bliss. I'm doing my meditation. Okay, I'm done. What's wrong with these people? How come they're like looking, they're like this, and things are dripping down, and they're like, Get the idea? I was oblivious to it until later on he explained it. No. You have that side. You need to balance the other side. And then I remember there are students in class that were very, very, very loving, very feeling, right? So much love in their heart, but they don't get things done because every little thing they get overwhelmed. What? The project is so big. I have to do what? No, it's too much. Now, in my case, I go, what? Point A to point B, use the bulldozer, whatever's in you, get rid of it. And you just plan it, strategize it, get the obstacle out of the way, get to the objective. Get the idea? The problem with that, though, is people don't feel your care. They don't feel like you take them seriously as someone who need help. So the key is to balance both. Clear? So if you're still stuck with, I'm a mystic, I'm a spiritual scientist, I call this or whatever, throw it out the window. That was just to get you to listen. The key is balance. Learning when to use your heart and learning next and when to use your will. That is the secret of proper spiritual practice and development. I hope that helps because some of you are really, really fixated, and I saw that in some of the comments. I'm this, I'm that. No, you're both. That's what you want to achieve. In fact, to finish it off, then we'll do our meditation. You heard of the mother of compassion in the Buddhist tradition, the Bodhisattva Kuan Yin, right? So the Bodhisattva Kuan Yin is the mother of compassion. And if you look at the statues, the paintings, she's always depicted, obviously, as female. Interesting enough, you go to Bhutan, you go to Tibet, she is depicted as Buddha Avalokiteshvara, Chenzeri. Is that right? Yeah. Male. So I'm going, what? And then my teacher explained it to me. He said, no, you have to realize the soul is neither male or female, neither masculine or feminine. It's constantly balancing. Okay? So the way he explained this, when Tibet was still a nomadic land, one of the kings asked for the teacher a teacher from India to come and teach. The teacher who came was Guru Padmasambhava, also Grandmaster Cho's teacher. So he came in, if you study books, he came in with powerful energy, subdued the demons, and so on. The energy was like, So the teachings that came out of it, the teacher, his teacher, Kuan Yin, was depicted as male, masculine, like that. By the time this teaching went to Japan and China and Korea, there was already culture. So you don't need the sledgehammer anymore. What you need is the loving, caring energy. That's why you have the mother of compassion. Are you with me so far? So within us, you need to balance the will aspect, the intelligence aspect, as well as the love aspect. And the key is self-awareness. So when you look at your life, how do you approach things? How am I? Do I need to be more loving? Do I need to be more willful? Do I need to be more intelligent? We're constantly trying to balance these three aspects within us. Clear? So I want you to walk away from this asking those questions. What are the facets that I need to improve? The soul is like a diamond with many, many facets. The key is to know which one is dull and polish it. Okay? All right. I hope that helps. I know it's like a clickbait, right? Yeah, your mistake, or no, it's actually both. All right, let's do our meditation. By the way, we're going to make this meditation really intense. We're going to pass the 1 hour. So the thing with the ones who are watching at Instagram, they only limit you to 1 hour. So if it cuts off, I'll just start it again and then you just continue. Okay? Shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, we thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, we humbly ask for your blessings. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui, Mahaguji Meiling, we humbly ask for your blessings of love, light, guidance, help, healing, protection. We thank you in full faith. So be it. Okay, ready? Put your hands on your heart. Let's affirm oneness. Repeat after me. Focus on your crown gently. I am that. I am. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotions. I'm not the thoughts. I'm not even the mind. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Just be still. We are one. There is only oneness. Now imagine all of us are inside the big bright sun looking out into the solar system. We are one. Open your hands in blessing. Put your gentle attention in between your eyebrows, the Ajna chakra, the forehead chakra, and the crown. So right here, and right here. Put your attention in those three areas. So typically in the full moon, we do the great invocation because that channels massive amounts of spiritual light or intelligence, love, and intelligence. And will. Okay, ready? Say, we are one. Our souls are one. Our spirits are one. We will chant Om 3 times. Simultaneously, as we chant it, imagine a brilliant beam of light opening in the sun and pouring into the earth. Om. 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 Be aware of the air in between your eyebrows and your hands. Collectively, let's project brilliant light to the earth through our hands. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth. Be still, be aware of the air in between your eyebrows and your hands, and pour brilliant spiritual light to the entire earth. Divine intelligence to every person, every being. Be aware of your forehead and your hands. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. Be aware of your forehead and your hands and flood every person, every being with unconditional love. May all beings be blessed with divine love. Be aware of your crown and your hands. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. Thus every person, every being, especially our leaders on all levels, with goodwill, with selfless service, the willingness to do good. So be it. Again, be aware of the air in between your eyebrows, your Ajna Chakra. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. Be aware of your forehead. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. May God's messenger of love descend on earth now. Be aware of your crown. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. So be it. Just simultaneously be the area between your eyebrows, your forehead, and your crown simultaneously, and flood the earth with divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. Keep going. Our souls are one. Our spirits are one. There's only oneness. Now be still. The third set will be done for you. Just be receptive. Let the energy flow through us as one. Just be still. If you're sensitive, you'll feel the downpouring of energy. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person and every being. Let light, divine light, descend throughout the entire earth now. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let divine love descend throughout the entire earth now. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. Just be still. The energy is pouring from your soul, not your hands, your lower self from your higher self. Just be receptive. It's being done for you. From the center, which we call the human race and all the different races in the world, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Okay, just be receptive. Here comes the energy. Let light, love, and power descend toward the entire earth now. Be still. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Just be still and let it flow. Now let's chant Om 3 times. Keep your tongue on your palate. Slowly lower your hands on your lap, palms up. Keep your eyes closed. Be still. Just be receptive. Be still and receive. let go. Now. May you, the spiritual self, the soul, be immersed in brilliant, brilliant divine light. May you, the spiritual self, the soul, be immersed in an ocean of divine love. May you, the soul, the spiritual self, be empowered with divine will and the will to do good. It is. Let go. Gently, very slowly, come back to your body. Very gently, slowly, move your fingers and your toes. Slowly and gently slide back into your physical form now. Take your time. Now raise your hands in blessing. First, let's imagine all the people we love. Visualize them in front of you. Flood them with golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity, and with spirituality. So it is. Envelop them with golden light. Bless your job, your career with success, with progress, with abundance, and with prosperity. So be it. Bless the entire earth. All the people who are sick, bless them with divine healing light. Bless all the caregivers, the healthcare workers with divine healing light and divine protection. Bless all our leaders on all levels with divine love, with the inner strength to do what is right, with selfless service, with goodwill and the willingness to do good. So it is. So be it. So be it. And so it is. All right, open your eyes. Now pull out your projects that you want blessed by the group. I ask you to write it down, whether you want, if you know someone either or yourself needs a healing, financial healing, relationship healing. Just if you have it written out, just have it in front of you. Okay? All right. So when you're ready, have it in front of you. Put your hands on your heart like this. Repeat after me. We are one. We are one. We are one. We're one with God and we're one with all. So it is. Maintain that state of oneness. Open your hands. Have all your projects in front of you. The ones who are new, you haven't written down. Just think of what you want to manifest in your life right now. Okay? Say we are one. Just flooded with golden light. Just visualize all these things you want to materialize. Fill them with golden light. See them materialize properly. In divine order. Now. So be it. Go. Smile. Be happy about it. Come on. Flooded with golden light. Keep going. See it materialize, manifest, fill with golden light. Okay, just be receptive. We'll add special sauce to make it more powerful. Just be receptive. Just keep your hands where they are. All right. How's that feel? If you're sensitive, if you're the mystical side, you should have felt the energy. Some people, when we do this, they say, oh, it felt like electricity, it felt like this, felt like that. Anyway, regardless of whether you felt something or not, the energy is blasting your projects. Okay. All right. Let's give thanks, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my beloved teacher, Grandmaster Chokoksui, to his teacher, Mahaguji Mailing, also known as Guru Padmasambhava, to Buddha Kuan Yin, Buddha Shakyamuni, the Lord Christ, and all the high beings, we thank you for divine light, divine love, guidance, help, healing, protection. Thank you for blessing our projects. Thank you for blessing us with a loving heart, intelligent mind, and a powerful will, that we may serve others. We thank you in full faith. Amen. Om. Amin. Tatastu. And so it is. All right. I think you got a little blasted with the special sauce. That's the best way I can call it, the special sauce. You know, when we do these meditations, we try to add more energy so that you'll have a better experience. Right? So just a few announcements and then we're out of here. Okay, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Tomorrow is Anchor the Light. We remember Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 times a week, 10 a.m., 6 p.m. California time. We have our meditation, so hope you join us. And Friday is our Emotional Healing Day. And a lot of you who've joined us for the 9-week Deep Emotional Healing, we're trying to match it week by week. This week we're releasing shame and humiliation. Okay? I know a lot of you have talked about this. You know, it's just that lingering energy. We want to remove that seed through meditation. So if you'd like to join us tomorrow, we'll do our meditation and we'll do some shoveling. Get it out of our system. Okay? And what else? I think that's pretty much it. Okay? So I hope you can join us. And for some of you who are asking, in October 17, 18, we're teaching the class again, Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul, which is having to do, that's a deep emotional healing. If some of you are still interested in that's ongoing. Next week, we're releasing unworthiness and not being good enough. Those are thought forms in the aura that prevents us from being successful. Okay? What I wanted to show you was actually Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul. That is where we have a stronger connection with the higher soul to tap into divine love, divine light, and divine intelligence when we meditate. Okay? Anyway, the information is there. I'll just flash it for a few seconds. And anyway, this thing is recorded. You can watch this again and meditate again. All right. Now, one last thing. I want you to open your palms for me. Keep your tongue on your palate. Stop typing. Come on, be receptive. Ready? Just close your eyes. Repeat after me verbally. I completely, deeply, permanently, and gratefully accept the divine blessings. So be it. Again, I completely, deeply, permanently, gratefully, thankfully accept, absorb the divine blessings on all levels. Again, I completely, deeply, permanently, gratefully accept, absorb, fully assimilate all the divine blessings spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etherically, physically, and financially. Thank you. In full faith, so be it. All right. I'm sharing this with you because a lot of times after we do the meditation, the energy dissipates. So when you do that, you absorb it. Okay? And afterwards, if you can please get up. I know some of you are going to go, yeah, man, it feels good. No, get up, do some physical exercises to allow you to assimilate the energy better. Otherwise, there's so much energy pouring down. Just to give you an idea, if you put your hand like this, okay, this is the spiritual energy pouring in front of you, right? Now, put it on top of your head, palm up. So it's just like putting your hand under a faucet. Okay, feel the energy here. Now put it on top of your head. You notice in top of your head it has more pressure, right? Now just to give you an idea, put your hand on top of your head. Now watch. Keep your hand there. How's that feel? Whoop, more pressure, right? So when we do our meditation, in addition to the practice, we do our best as facilitators to increase the downpouring of energy. So you have a lot of energy pouring. So when you finish, you can bless more projects if you want to, get up and exercise and all that good stuff. All right, I think that's good enough. I've done my job. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning or whenever you can. Join us for the Anchor the Light meditation. And that's tomorrow, 10 a.m. All right. By the way, if you're interested what's behind me, that's an image of Bhutan, Tiger's Nest, where there's a cave where the Guru Padmasambhava meditated. On this side is Mount Kailash. That's a sacred mountain in Tibet. So I figured if you want energy, you might as well tap in and just blast you guys with it. All right. Namaste. Thank you very much for allowing me to serve you. I'm a student of my teacher, Grandmaster Chokok Sui, and we wish you much happiness, joy, and all the goody stuff. Okay? Namaste.